Hello, hi guys, it's a girl lilymutamztv, also known as Gelo Z, girl from Zambia. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe so that each time I upload videos, you will be notified that Gelo Z I post a video. Obviously, you've seen that it's been a busy day for me, and I have to occupy as many people on these live streams because it is very important that we continue speaking about these issues. So I am having a great friend of mine. His name is Brilliant Pongo. He's actually a PhD holder, but he doesn't want to be called doctor. He just wants to be called Brilliant Pongo, and he's an author, brilliant author from Zimbabwe, one that is very, very strong when it comes to everything that is going on in Africa. You know what? Zimbabwe has faced the struggles. Zimbabwe, he follows things in Zambia, so he's aware of everything, literally. You know, and this time of the coronavirus, we are uniting as Africans. It is a time for us to stand together, whether you're Caribbean, whether you are African, as long as you are Black. This is a time for us to stand together because we need to identify ourselves with our identity. Many of us are lost. You know, you've seen what has happened in Zambia, where the Chinese are put as priority. Why? Because of the color of the skin. So the theme of today is, are we proud to be Black? Are we proud to be Africans? Are we proud to be who we are? The reason why I couldn't title it as that is because with YouTube, when you use words like Black, and it sounds racial. Hi, Love, how are you? For those people watching me on Facebook, you can share this stream. Hi, Pretty M. Conde. Yes, we're here pushing the agenda of how we can carry on doing what we need to do, and that is sending a message across. Beaching, so you're keeping yourself busy, Cicely. Yes. We have to talk about these things because tomorrow I'm occupied with a live stream on Instagram, a live stream. I've got so many live streams tomorrow, and I've been invited for a Zoom meeting, and then I've got another stream on Friday. So this week is just live stream after live stream. So I thought, let me occupy this live stream too. So thank you so much. Share, you know the drill. We have to be at least 100 people, and then we start. Jonathan Moore says, you see, if Lusambo Minister was Dr. M.M. Kaya, I'm proud to be Zambian. Of course, if he was a doctor, people would have suffered, you know. People would have suffered. So I'm trying to see if I can share this again. Okay, because it's supposed to go on my Facebook, but I couldn't see it. If you're watching me from Facebook, let me know, because it's not showing on my Facebook page. How are you, Dorothy from Thailand? Good to see you. I'm sure people are watching because people are liking. Hi, Energy, good to see you. Good to see you. Let me check on YouTube as well if we are live on YouTube. Then I will bring our guest on. Thank you so much. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so the thing is, obviously, don't be blind. Are we proud of who we are? We should be proud of who we are, definitely. And the Zimbabwean author, Brilliant Pongo, will just be introducing himself. I'll bring him on now. I know people will be coming on later, so let me introduce him now.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Brilliant Pongo. How are you?
I'm good. Very excited to be on your platform. I think I don't know any other Zambian that is actually working as hard as you are on these social media platforms. And you know, congratulations for all the success that you've managed to achieve thus far. And I know that it's much more is coming.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. So Brilliant Pongo, I was just introducing you. I've known Pongo for some time, and you know, when I started this journey of posting things on Facebook, posting this and that, you've been there.
Yeah, I
I'm sure you're
remember.
surprised by the growth.
Yeah, I remember us celebrating that you had got to 50, 50, just 50 subscribers, and we were
Subscribers.
dancing. Now we're headed for
I,
100,000.
can you imagine? Can you imagine the growth? It's all about consistency and
Yeah,
believing in yourself and never giving up. Yeah. So I want you to introduce yourself. So I'll give you the big screen. Just talk about who you are, like 5 minutes, and then obviously, Brilliant Pongo will be coming on this platform a lot most of the times. But
right,
for now, just today is like an intro. I know many people will love him. So let's do this. Let me
right. My name is
allow you to
my name
speak.
is all right. My name is Brilliant Pongo. I consider myself an author, a disruptive thinker, and a student of world. I studied media propaganda and political packaging. I have an interest in writing, in poetry, in the creative arts. And so my major really was in political, and I am quite excited to be here. So some people may know me as a Christian author as well. So I wear many different hats depending on what day it is and what time it is. So I like to keep myself busy, and I am a very friendly and humble person when required to be. That's all I can say about myself.
Okay. Yeah. So obviously, Brilliant Pongo, you being an author, you come across a lot of things, and particularly with the issue of Africans, Black people, what's going on around the world, and during this COVID-19. What would you say about everything that we are facing at present? Like, just pick one angle and just you can talk about it.
Right. I'm going to come out guns blazing, and I'm going to start firing from the onset. I
Okay.
think what I see is that there's a there's an attitude of subservience that we have as people, and I'm
Mm,
quite happy that we are discussing today on the topic, particularly on whether we are proud
mm.
as Black Africans.
Yeah.
The trouble that I see most of the times is that a lot of people are, they have an inferiority complex that
Mm,
stills in them, perhaps in our African countries because of the colonial legacy, the
mm.
colonialism that came, made our people feel as though they were second-class citizens. This is how they were made to feel. So
Yeah.
historically, that which we're still trying to deal with
Yeah.
subconsciously. So
Yeah.
subconsciously, we are still thinking that we are lower and we are subservient. We are
Mm.
therefore inferior. And
Yeah.
that superiority, that inferiority complex is affecting a lot of our people, because
Yeah.
in as much as we can be proud to be Africans, we don't actually show it. We are
Mm.
still suppressed somehow in our subconscious minds. We are still suppressed somehow
Mm.
because there are a lot of people right now that will jump onto the bandwagon. I don't mean to demean or belittle the movement that's in America at the moment, the Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
So with that Black Lives Matter is still that thing that we have, particularly as Africans in Africa. There's still that thing that we have, that anything that is coming from outside Africa is superior and
Mm.
therefore better than what we have. So
Yeah.
right now you'll find that in Zimbabwe, for example,
Mm.
the ZANU PF youth, this is the youth of the ruling party in Zimbabwe, this to stage some protests and demonstrations in support of the
Mm.
Black Lives Matter movement in America. And they
Yeah.
are crying about the death of George Floyd. But yet in our own country, right in our own backyards, we have serious issues. We have serious issues. We have people that are dying, that are being brutally murdered by the regimes and the government in Africa. But because there is something that has happened in America, we want to be part of that, part of our own, in our own lands, something that is local, something that is grown from grassroots in our own countries. We don't want that. Jump onto something that is coming from abroad. This explains the situations that we have today with the Chinese in Zambia. Anything that is coming from outside becomes preferred as opposed to that which is local. So this is the problem. When we are saying we are proud, people say I'm proud to be Zambian, I'm proud to be Zimbabwean, I'm proud to be Nigerian, I'm proud to be Angolan. But what does that really mean? What does that pride entail? Because what it is, it's about that self-actualization, that consciousness of mind that I am at par, and if not better than what others think of me. So there's this idea that you find even amongst our own people, that they are to criticize and demean their own. So you find people that are Zambians saying Zambians are dumb. You'd find Zimbabweans I cannot do business with those people. I can't trust them. Why? Is because we have been instilled with this mentality that we are second class. We are not as good as what is coming from abroad. So that set of thinking is still very much active in a lot of people that are actually saying they are proud to be African, proud to be Zambian, proud to be Zimbabwean, proud to be South African. But still, there is that element of looking at yourself and you are not as good as your white counterpart or your Chinese counterpart. We are people and we are hardworking. There is no nation and no country without a problem. We have people in every part of the world that would be good people. That divide is always going to be there. It doesn't mean you are bad because you're black. You are bad because you choose to be bad. It doesnn't mean you're racist if you're white. You're racist because you choose to be racist. So the same thing applies. There are some people that are coming from China that are very good-hearted. It's not all Chinese that are racist. But then when that comes, it is upon us as a people to stand and defend what is ours and speak up for what is ours. There's no way people in Zambia today cannot be dictating what the Chinese need to be doing in Zambia. The Chinese cannot come into Zambia and tell you what they are going to be doing and what they want to do. They have to come and actually go through the process of talking to the people of Zambia, talking to the leadership of the Zambia, even the local leadership, your chiefs. If they're going to just go and dig up a mine somewhere, they need to get permission from the chiefs, because the chiefs in the rural villages there are the custodians of the land. And if you don't, and there's no consensus and agreement that the Zambian people will benefit from that, then there's no reason that the that are there that may be corrupt or not corrupt, there's no reason that they can be making those decisions on behalf of the people without actually consulting the people. So there is a lot that we need to understand, that we have the power. Remember, any politician that is in Africa is there because they say we voted for them. So we have the power. They work for us. They are civil servants. They are servants to the people. So the people need to be speaking and saying, we don't actually understand what's going on up until you explain to us what is going on and how we benefit from the decisions that you're taking. But that comes, we collectively come together as a collective and stand and speak with one voice. The trouble that we have is that if I could put it this way, I like using examples, and some of my examples may offend some people, but I offend people every day, and I'm not really bothered. But I apologize in advance because I'm on your platform.
Yeah.
So the attitude that we have, the attitude that a lot of people have, I liken this to what I term the hyena mentality. You see, as an African, I like in the wild and see how they behave. When I speak of us speaking with one voice as a collective, it means we have to stand together at all times, in good or bad. Now, here's how you ever observe, watch hyenas in the wild, and you see how they behave. This is how they do things. They come together if they're going to try and attack something or steal a lion. So they will come in numbers and harass the lion. But as soon as they grab a bite, they pull out a chuckful and they run. Each hyena runs in a different direction. This is what we are doing. We can come together now in this, but as soon as I hold something and I'm paid by the government, I run off and I'm no longer speaking. I'm quiet.
Exactly.
You're witnessing this. In the Zambian context, you may be witnessing this with the people that are supposed to be speaking out against the government. They are just given a brown envelope and they run off like a hyena and not speak, not make a sound. So you then find yourself standing alone and facing the lion. So this is why we need to move that hyena mentality and start working as a team and start working together as a community and as society to say we are not going to stand for such and such. Because these countries, most African constitutions, and they have very well written constitutions, by the way. It's not the problem with the constitution, but it's the application of the constitution and the rules that have been set in a country. Each country has rules. You go to Zambia today, you might find that a rule for everything. Operating a restaurant, you will have a license for this, for that, for this. Anything, mining, you need a exploration license, you need a mining license. But the trouble is when there's corruption overlooks the rules. People are allowed to do things without observing the rules. So it's not that we have no rules. It's not that we have no constitution. We have all that. The trouble is we have people that are willing to look away. People that are willing to override the rules that are there. People that are willing to ignore the rules. To turn around and say, this is the problem with Africans. This is the problem with Black people. But we are the problem. As long as we're not fixing ourselves and fixing each other, we are the problem. We can blame every other white person and every Chinese person. But do you know why those Chinese people are there? They have seen the weakness that is there. They've seen the chink in our armor. And they told each other within their community of business in China and said, you know what? We can go to Zambia to get through there. All we need is a couple of brown envelopes that we give to certain people, and we are free to do what we want. It's not the Zambian people that are receiving brown checks. It's not everyone. It is the top people that are put there. Same applies to Zimbabwe. Same applies to any of these countries, Nigeria. Everybody is crying about corruption. But why would we then blame those that are coming with the brown envelopes? Before we blame the ones that are coming with the brown envelopes, let's look at those receiving them and why our society is allowed to put those people masquerading as leaders, these corrupt people masquerading as leaders. Why have we left them there? What can we do to get them to realize that what they're doing, we are watching and we are not going to let it go?
Like today, we've just had a minister of Lusaka, Bowman Lusambo, saying that whoever is talking about what's happening in Zambia should apologize to the president of Zambia. And then within few hours, King's Malembe has apologized. And, we've all just been wondering, why can't we stand firm? And the reason why for example, Brian Wembia Biflo did a video. He was literally complaining about what the Chinese guys are doing. They are discriminating against Zambians. And he did a very nice video, which a lot of people have appreciated. It's even on my YouTube channel. Only for a minister who has no qualifications whatsoever, hasn't even been to school, because he was, supporting the current government whilst they were campaigning. He's now a minister and he says people should apologize. He's giving them 24 hours. Who
Right.
are they to give people 24 hours?
The trouble, the problem there is that when people are put in office, for example, we have the president of Zambia,
Yes.
Edgar Lungu.
Yes.
Edgar Lungu holds office. It's not, Zambian people do not owe.
Yes.
They do not owe Edgar Lungu anything. They do not. They are not called upon to respect Edgar Lungu, but they are called upon to respect the office which he holds. The office which he holds is the one that we reverence, not the man. Because the man can be corrupt. But when the man corrupts an office that is placed there constitutionally, it's the office, not the person. The office of the president is what we need to respect, whether you support Lungu or not. But I don't have to like Edgar Lungu.
Yeah.
I have to respect the office that he holds. So now we need to say, we need to apologize to him for saying there is corruption in Zambia. For saying the Chinese are at free will in Zambia. Those that are called government today in Zambia, they are the ones that need to be apologizing to the people for allowing corrupt practices to continue. This is making Africa a laughing stock, because if our leaders can be that incompetent, who in the world is going to take us seriously?
Imagine.
Africa, if the European countries, South American countries, North American countries, the rest of the world is looking and saying corruption in Africa is rampant.
Yeah.
They are already looking at us as people that cannot manage. We are, most African countries that I know, particularly in Southern Africa, are well resourced. They're well endowed with minerals, God-given natural resources. But we are failing to translate those resources into full substance for our people. Zambia produces perhaps the most copper and perhaps the most copper in the world, in Southern Africa in the world. But what has it done? What has that copper given to the people that are in Zambia? How much of that copper money does the least common person here, Yokaponya, how much is he entitled to? In that,
zero.
Because if the copper in Zambia is the cake that the nation, how much of that is he getting? How much of that is an elderly fish at Kamwala Market? How much of that is she getting? So now, all of Zambia need to say, look, this is our Zambia. When I was in Zambia, most of the times I'd listen to the radio, I constantly hear this one Zambia, one nation thing. Let it not just be words. Let it actualize. Let it actualize. Let us see that we are one. The life that Edgar Lungu's son lives should be the same as the life that your son lives. Why should there be a difference? That big of a difference. Why should he have more opportunities than the next man's child? So this is the problem that we have in Africa, because we are still trying to please Western and Eastern nations rather than please our people. Our politics politicians, and they then start, instead of working for us, they start to work for the Chinese, they start to work for the Americans, the British, or whoever. So this is where the problem is, because we are voting them in to serve us, but they turn around and start whoever is coming from outside the country with more
investments,
corruption money.
So you see, like for example, in Zambia, we have Tarsila Lungu, who is the president's daughter from his previous marriage. So what happened was she was living in America, and when the father became the president, she moved to Zambia, and is living her life, quietly, but obviously she's embezzling some funds as well. So when I look at how our African leaders, particularly Zambia, Zimbabwe, that they don't bother about the welfare of a Zambian or a Zimbabwean or a Cameroonian. They rather bother about themselves and how they'll benefit. It's shocking, Tarsila Lungu, there was a scandal of 48 houses in Zambia. 48 houses. Bye. Sorry, she wanted the alarm to be off. So we had a scandal of 48 houses in Zambia. The houses are built, but there's no owner. There's no documents. So are they owned by a foreign national or a Zambian? We don't know. So in as much as we want to talk about these things, but the problem still comes in with ourselves as well, when we allow ourselves as Africans to be rude because of the color of the skin. We did a live stream the other day with Caroline Marsh, who is married to a white man, and she's a successful businesswoman. And somebody commented, it's because she has a white man, that's why she's successful. And another person commented, it's because white people have more opportunities. In Africa, if you're in Zambia right now, if you're shopping and a white person is on the queue behind you, they will open another till for that white person to be served because a customer is waiting. And after they serve that customer, you are no longer a customer. Who are you? And they are so polite. So have we been told that they are more supreme than us? Why is it that we adore the other race?
Why? It's not so much adoration. It's more to do with the mental setting, the psyche that we have. I'd like to take you back, just not too far back, just a little bit. Zambia and pretty much the same. Besides, we were all colonized by the same country. You were in Northern Rhodesia and we were Southern Rhodesia. So the system is pretty much the same that colonized us. Now, I remember when I started work, some good 20, 25 years ago, when I started working, from when I left school and started working, my grandmother was still alive. My grandmother asked me who I worked for, like, you found a job? I said, yeah, I've got a job. And she asked, do you work for a black person or a white person? And I said, they are black.
Can you imagine that?
That you still haven't got yourself a good job. The look that she was giving is you still haven't got yourself a good job. But I don't blame my grandmother. I don't blame her, because that's the system that she was also brought into and raised in. So this thing has been passed from generation to generation to generation. I'm only talking about my grandmother. And so she would speak so fondly of the days that she worked for a white man. That how they're so good. And the black people don't pay you on time. They do. So there's already all those types that are there. And we have continued to sort of perpetuate those, feed more into those because of the way we behave. And It's something that's now in our systems, in our minds, in our mental attitudes and everything. That's what we're doing. Such that when we are looking at our own, you looking at a black Zambian, you're thinking, what can they do for me? So you already are looking at them as inferior. You as a black Zambian are looking at another black Zambian as inferior. You're not looking at them as someone better Zambia or better society or better even do at par or even more than what the white person can do. So because of that, that's where we begin to see the problem. Now, you this thing now that's in our minds, that white people are superior. They are not supposed to suffer. I can tell you now, if we're to do a quick and we're to go to a place in Zambia, say Manda Hill shopping complex, and we find an actor, a white person, like a homeless person suffering that's hungry, and sits in a corner at the entrance, and we find another actor, black person, to do the same and sit on the other side. I am telling you, in an hour of people coming in and out, the white man would have more money from black Zambians than the black Zambian from black Zambians, because the black Zambians expect you to suffer. They're like, it's okay, it's normal. But when they see a white person begging, they are actually touched. This shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't be like this, because we have subconsciously, there's a subconscious part of us that has still not been emancipated. So we are still colonized mentally. We are still colonized. We are still looking at these people the same way that our grandmothers looked at them, like masters. But the trouble is, or where I would put blame, some of this, I won't blame most of these people, because it's lack of information and education. But we need to start speaking out. So the reason why people in Zambia would never stand up against the Chinese is because they have been told by state media and state broadcast that the Chinese have come to invest, they're helping Zambia. So they've believed that. But if they are then told the truth, this is why a platform like yours is important, because it is going to challenge the state's propaganda and say, no, this is not investment. Because the thing is, most of these African leaders now come as a vehicle to enrich themselves. They actually are out of office not to serve the people, but to enrich themselves. There's no reason why the Congolese leader Mobutu Sese Seko was buying mansion, investing his money in Belgium. Why would he be investing outside? The same will apply if we really look into it. We might find that the leaders that are there now in Zambia, when they loot the country and they engage in all these corrupt practices, they are not keeping their money in Zambia. They are not investing in Zambia because they know that they've stolen. So they cannot keep the loot in Zambia. They'll keep it somewhere else. That means there's another place elsewhere that is now getting the infrastructural development, the building of hotels or whatever it is. It's not in Zambia, but that's Zambian money that has been stolen. At least if you steal from us, something that will benefit us in our country. So if you're a Zimbabwean minister or whatever, stealing, don't go buy houses in South Africa. Buy them in Zimbabwe. That one can come and be a gardener at that house, can become a cook at that house. At least we're benefiting from that stolen loot. But now you're stealing from us and removing it completely from us, so we don't benefit even from your theft. So this is what angers me when I look at what we are doing as Africans. So I don't dispute that there is racism in the world. But we are giving them the tools. We are not acting up to standards ourselves. We're not acting up to standards. This is what then begs the questions. The question, are we proud of who we are? Are we proud to be Black? Are we proud to be people? When we start acting it and start living it like we are who we are, This is the standard that human beings, regardless of color, human beings are supposed to be at this level. That's where I am. I'm not looking to befriend some white person so that I can come and show off to, you know, this is another issue. This is another issue. I've seen some of our sisters, finest sisters, beautiful girls, Zambian, Zimbabwean, South African.
Yeah.
And they get this interracial sort of hookups and marriages. They start thinking they are above, they've transcended race now. They are above everybody else. That, you know what, my boyfriend is white. So what? It's a person. So this feeds into that inferiority.
Yeah.
Feeds into that inferiority complex because we think we have achieved. I'm thinking this is the same person. A man is a man. Whether he is black, white, or Indian, is a man. A woman is a woman. Whether she is black, white, or yellow, it doesn't matter. It's understanding that we are all human. So when you actually are saying, I have this, and you're looking at it as if it's an achievement, what you are doing is you are self-deprecating. You are looking at yourself and lowering yourself and thinking, if it was not for him, I would have not
been where I need to be in life. Yeah.
You're a beautiful queen. You're a beautiful king.
Yeah.
But here you are. I cannot, you know what? I don't do black guys because, you know, black people, you know how they are. This is a black person saying that.
Yeah.
I've never heard this from any other. I've not heard white people talking down at their own race. This is something that we, the black, doing. And until we change that mindset, we'll never be taken seriously. How can you take someone seriously that does not take themselves seriously? It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Wow. So Alex says brilliant topic, and improving every day. Talking about the topic. Somebody talks about we need to adapt, independence, our negligence, and not just to blend in and customize those systems according to their pre-existence. It's gonna. So you find that many of us Africans or Black people, we are dealing with these issues. And I've seen, like, the Black Americans, if you can see me tying my hair these days, it's because of my Black American subscribers and Jamaican subscribers. If you wear the weave, they are not going to listen to what you're talking about. Because they're saying, how can we take you seriously when you're trying to be this race? Be proud of your African heritage. You can have the dreadlocks like Pongo. But if you dare use extensions, I remember the first time when I started talking about these issues and they were emailing me. Sisters are beautiful.
That's something that we must address.
Yeah.
Do you know how much Africans, I'm just going to talk, I'm not even going to go to Nigeria. I'm just going to stick to Southern Africa.
Yeah.
The Brazilian hair, what, all these weaves. And that's a huge industry. That is feeding into the inferiority complex that the women already have. That if I don't have flowing hair, I'm not beautiful. Do you know how many are trying to bleach their skin to look lighter? Because they do not appreciate who they are.
Yes.
Beauty is not, you can be beautiful. The darkest black beauty ever. You can be light. Just appreciate just wear it with pride. Think. If you don't actually have pride in who you are, you cannot express your beauty. Beauty does not glow. You can be the most prettiest girl, but if you're not proud of who you are and what you have, you cannot exhibit that beauty because you lock it, because you think period. Now, this is the problem. A lot of this, as you rightly said, the reason why you find that the Black Americans that are in America, these are people that have experienced and have seen on a day-to-day basis the other side, the other race. So they are well acquainted with that, and they take pride in trying to stand up and become who they are. If you find an example I can quickly use, the Indian community, I'm in the UK just like you.
Yes.
The Indian community that is in the is what they consider a community of Indians. That's in the UK. They are one of those that have become very protective of their culture. And so you'll see that they don't lose that Indian touch. Their parents, some of them, still speak with a very heavy accent. They might have been here 50 years. They still have maintained and have taught their children to speak their languages. Now, we from Southern Africa, Zimbabwe, Zambia, and all that, we take pride in the fact that my children cannot speak any local languages. We look at them as though they are just languages. Would I teach my son to speak Shona? You know, who is he going to speak Shona to? So we dismiss that. So that self-deprecation starts there. Now, how is my son going to take anything from Africa seriously? We are already saying, you know, there's no need for you to learn that. There's no need. So he then embraces something that is not his. He then embraces richness, which is not his. Because I am thrusting that on him and removing him away from that which is his heritage. One day our children will turn around and look at us and say, but how come you never taught me this? How come you didn't show me? Because the Africa they know, I try best I can anytime and opportunity that I have to go to Africa to take my son with me. Because I want him to see what Africa is. Africa is not what they see on TV.
On
children, TV, drinking dirty water and all that. You know, flies landing all over their faces. That's not what all of Africa is. There are parts that are like that, no doubt. Those parts that are like that because we have allowed our corrupt politicians to take away from giving resources to those particular areas. So this is the thing. So to our sisters out there, this is a very important thing as well to do with you and all that. I mean, you have to put some hair on your hair and say, you know, this is me. You don't even know. I saw a program that was done here by one of the musicians. I think she's from Birmingham, of Jamaican origin. She went to India to trace where this hair comes from. Some of these are actually being robbed of their hair. Held and shaved, their hair shaved off, and then wear that hair with pride. Somebody is complaining about it. Somebody is complaining. When you start getting all these unexplainable headaches, remember that somebody is crying for their hair out there. Why don't you just be proud of your own hair? Where is pride? If you want hair that flows, try dreadlocks. It's the cheapest thing to do. But it gives you identity. I don't get any headaches because, you know, it's all my hair. You know, but again, the same applies with you know, people might just think that I'm bashing women here. It applies with men. We have men now that are beginning to also try and match the look. Seen a lot of people that cut their hair and have that whatever fade and this, that. And there used to be a cut in Zimbabwe. It's a haircut. They actually call it cut. So what am I doing trying to get? Why can we not create our own things? Why do I have to go and I'm a person, I need just English
cut.
English cut for what?
So
we need to be proud of ourselves.
Beth was saying Chris Rock did a documentary on hair industry. Yes, I watched that. Phyllis says some of our African brothers and sisters are very ignorant, letting children lose their mother tongue. We are Africans. Let's just be proud of our heritage. So we need to obviously be proud of where we come from. But how will we deal with this problem? The question is how? When will this thing come to an end? Because it keeps on going and going. Unfortunately, even our children, Pongo, for those of you who live abroad, you know that even our children can tell that, if they're playing with a white child, they feel like the white child is special. I don't know. They can see it even in their schools. When will this ever end, and how can people deal with it?
It starts with you and me right now.
Yeah.
It starts with those that are watching right now. The reason why your children might look at the other white child as if they're special is because of how you react to that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
how you speak about that. So there's Tinotenda, the way he's black, and then there's Amy. She's white. When you speak about Amy, the way that you project your voice and speak about instinct in your own child, that there is something that is more special about this one as compared to that one. It is you, the mother, that is that. No child is ever born with that racial mind that this is white, this is black. It is the parents, the way that we start communicating, like, oh, you've got friends. Oh, this one is white, isn't she? Oh, you should treat her nicely. You know, white people don't play. You, the mother, are the one that is already starting to build that thing in the child, that there's something special about this one that is not in. So Tatenda comes round and you are just saying, hey, you Tatenda, go back, and all that. You, the parent, how you communicate in relation to their friends influences how they feel and shapes their visions of what is of them when they meet that particular friend. So it's us. So when we start now, when we start to empower ourselves, when we start to remove those shackles that are in our minds, those slavery shackles that are in our minds, I'm reminded of some lyrics of a Bob Marley song.
Yes.
It says, emancipate yourselves from mental slavery.
Yeah.
Not but ourselves can free our minds. So we have not yet freed ourselves. We are still thinking it. We be saying something else, but in our minds, we're still thinking it. We're still thinking these people are better. These people are better. We are still thinking that. So we need to start now thinking about us, showcasing the things that make us African, and showcasing those things and saying we are proud of these. Our children start to know that. Even the food that we eat in our house, you hear someone saying, this African food, it takes so long to cook, and this. Oh, we'll just have McDonald's, we'll just have KFC. This is the nonsense that is going on amongst our African people.
Yes.
Right now, if I was to ask here that, what the food, people think they've made it when they stop eating
African food,
but they don't realize. Yeah, they think they made it. Now, even in Africa itself, today if there's a celebration, and cook our traditional food when we celebrate more. You find people cooking rice and chicken and this and coleslaw and what, and they think that's status. It's a status symbol. We have made it in life.
Yeah,
we should go back and start eating your, what do you call it in Zambia?
Somebody made a comment.
Not Shima, the dish that.
Before that, let's just say thank you to our super chatter. Our super chatter, somebody has given us a super chat. And I just want to appreciate Alice Musonga, who's given us $20. Thank you so much. Thank you. Doreen said something. People want to look like white celebrities. And this is the biggest challenge because people spend so much money on these expensive hair. And Alex Majuta also says, I think from the creation, people have identity crisis. Not believing who God said they were, Eve never believed that she was created in the image of God and in the likeness, therefore. So, what would you say in terms of identity and religion, knowing that you are a very good author when it comes to religion? What would you say about that?
What I'm going to say is going to be so controversial, Lily. You may find people attacking you left, right, and center. What I find, and I'm talking about this not as a Christian author, but as just a student of history and politics. It's strange. I find it strange that even now, of all these things that are going on between racism and all that, I find it strange that we'll denounce everything else that is white. If we are now saying we are now woke, we're black empowerment people, we're doing all this, but we still embrace one of the things that was brought to us by the Christianity.
Oh, your sound is breaking. Take your mic. Yes, the sound is breaking.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I don't know why StreamYard does that. After some time, it starts breaking. Okay. Yeah, you can carry on.
All right. So I'm saying that one of the things that we have taken without questioning was Christianity. But we need to open our eyes to that. That yes, the things that we have embraced in Christianity, but let's not be blinded by Christianity. Let's embrace Christianity, but not be blinded by it. Right now, we will find Zambia is a very good example. Zambia is a good example of this because Zambia declared itself a Christian nation.
Yes.
And saying that they're a Christian nation right now, when all this chaos is happening and all this is happening.
Oh, by losing Pongo, he'll be back. I'll make sure he'll be back. Thank you very much for everybody that has stayed on. You know, the signal sometimes can be crazy. You've heard what Pongo is saying. That's an amazing friend of mine. We've been friends for a long time. What I also forgot to mention was that Pongo Brilliant's wife passed on. We were very close friends, and she lost her battle to cancer. And I know she would be proud of me this time. She was my biggest cheerleader, you know, and it's such a shame that she's not here to witness when we are having platforms like these. She was an amazing. I've posted her on my Facebook several times, and he's one person that is a strong man, fighter, you know. So Edison is saying, Mag Tikiti Chinema. Okay, Edson Malama is saying, I'm proud to be Zambian. I'll find it for you. I'm proud to be Zambian. Let me check some comments. Sorry. Everyone is on holiday, so they are here. Brilliant Pongo. Let me just make sure that he's managing to come back. I think it was his signal. Okay, so Foster, I'm coming in. Okay, let me just sort her out. I'm coming in a minute. Hello, sorry. She was looking for her jacket. Okay, Njaba, thank you. Yeah, Pongo is very good with the religion. Hopefully, he'll come back. We've been friends for long. I'm sure he'll come back. Let me see. Okay, so let me read some comments. Java says, Mom life, yes. Let me show you his wife, actually. Amazing woman. And she did a weight loss program where she lost her weight. See, this was me that shared just last year, May. She's exactly a year. Oh, my phone. The screen is something else. She's exactly a year. Oh, he's back now. So that's, I even posted about her. Amazing. She was so, and they were so close friends, and it's good at least we can talk. That's even the profile picture of them together. They've been lovebirds for years. These are the type of people when you met them, you just want to watch them like life. Okay, he's back now. Okay. Hi, Pongo. So are you
Hi,
okay
hi.
now? Yeah.
I'm
So
good.
people are
Well, I
interested.
think
Like, what happened?
I, I think I was just about to say something very, very controversial. I don't have it. My phone just went off.
Oh. So people
Right,
want to know the Christian viewpoint on everything.
right. Here's the
Yeah.
thing.
Mm,
I was just about to say
mm,
we should embrace principles that we are taught in Scripture, in the Bible, the Christian things.
mm,
Embrace the things that are good, but don't be
mhm.
blinded by this, because Christianity now is being used to make us meek and
Yeah.
unquestioning. So the
Mhm,
trouble that we have now, I was just about to start off. I was just about to
mhm.
say, in Zambia, Zambia is a Christian nation today.
Yeah.
And the heat really turns on in one of the first things the president will say is, there's so much going on, there's so much corruption. Let's call for a national day of prayer.
Yeah,
So that we
prayer.
pray for peace, so that we pray for this, so that we pray for that. And that anger driven you to change things
Yeah.
is suppressed because
Yeah.
somebody just picked up a Bible. They don't
Yeah.
necessarily have to read it to you or anything. They just pick it up and say, we're calling for a national day of prayer. Zambia needs healing. Zambia needs all these tensions to calm down. God is in
Mhm,
control. And then
mhm.
people fold their say, yeah, we've been told God is in control, and nothing happens.
Yes.
Now, I'm a bit of a radical, even when it comes to Christianity, that there are things that are very compatible with what was already there, the original Africa as we know it, and our forefathers that were there. This
Mm,
whole misteaching that
mm,
our forefathers were all into these evil things and whatever it is that the white man deemed to be
mm.
evil. That
Yeah.
was not the case, because
Mm.
in my own language, I come from Zimbabwe, Shona.
Yeah.
There is the word mwari,
Maria.
God. God was always there to our people. They always believed there's a God. They worshipped and prayed to a God.
Mm,
But changed. The white man did not come and teach us about God.
mhm,
So Christianity, when you look at some of the aspects, some of these things were already being practiced in those parts of the world that are now claiming to be all Christian.
mm, mm.
So don't look at our history and look at our ancestry as dumb and uneducated and uncivilized.
Mm, mm,
Zimbabwe is called today because
mm,
we are the greatest architects. There's
mm, mm,
what they call today the Zimbabwe ruins. It's a UNESCO heritage protected site,
mm, mm.
because the way that place was built with rock without any cement, but has held to this day, shows great artisanry and skill and these were great. They're not school to learn all these things we don't know, because we're told that they were not educated, but they were learning something. The fact that does not remove the fact that there's learning taking place. Our people were learned. We are very educated fools today. But our people were learned. They learned things. They knew what was right and what to do. But today we all have people that have these pieces of paper that say, look at this, I'm educated. No, sometimes we really need to tone it down and look at life and say, what are we doing about this? So when we look at Christianity, I know people want me to get to that. When we look at Christianity, we should not allow those that are in power to use it as a tool to subjugate us, to press us down, to make us meek and accept everything. There's a problem with that sort of thing now in most churches, where a man of God becomes awful. Questions asked about this person, touch not the anointed. So even if I'm a radical, and but this is not according to what Scripture is saying. There's revelation now. So someone says, God told me this morning. So I can't question that. The same thing, the leaders, the political leaders are beginning to see that it's easier to control people with the Bible. I mean, a few days when was it?
Yes.
Donald Trump did this to his own white. What did he do? Just walked across to a church. Hell, there you go. Here's the Bible. I'm holding the Bible. Are you reading it? No, you didn't read it. You didn't pray there. What did you do? You just held the Bible. So that's all propaganda. That's supposed to make people think in a certain way. So we should not allow religion to be used as a tool, to beat us into line.
Yes.
We are still capable to, you know what, I believe in God and I will pray, I will do the right thing, I will not kill, I will not murder. All the 10 commandments followed.
Yes.
Agree with what you are saying. I don't agree with what you're saying, because how can you say you are as a corrupt person there? You are going to tell us what not to say and what to say. We are here to say, look, man, move over. We are tired of you. Right?
Yes.
I'm tired of you, Mr. Lungu. Move over. You cannot say, let's call for a national day of prayer because now we are saying move. And now you're saying we need to forgive. Now you're bringing all those things because we are emotionally, Africans get so emotionally connected to this. When they get into the religion, they don't get in with their legs first. They get in head first, so they are gone. Once they are in that thing, they are in that thing. When they pray today, I'm telling you people from Nigeria and all those our African brothers, when they pray, those guys, when they even those that taught them how to pray, when that came with the Bible, they never prayed like that. Those people in Nigeria pray like that, and they'll never think, is this how? They've taken it to another level. Now trying to remove that person from that sort of mindset where he's completely gone headlong, it's very difficult. But what we need to say is that in as much as we believe in God, in as much as we are Christian, we should not just fold our hands and say God is in control or God will take care of it. We must step up. I believe that God will only do what we are unable to do. So if God has given you, if you're listening to this and you're out there, and if God has given you 5 functioning senses, you've got the 5 senses all functioning proper, you've got a head that is full of ideas, put those things into practice. Do something for yourself up to a point where you say, now I've done all that I can. Then God will carry you from there. But now we are saying God and help. Zambians would suffer, Zimbabweans would suffer. They've suffered for a long time, but they still say, we'll go and pray and we'll pray. People have prayed years and years and years, and nothing has changed. It's not that God can't, but God is simply saying, I have given you the means, the tools, and everything. You're just not using. You're just not using what you have. People have voices to speak out, to speak up against corruption. but we are choosing to be silent, as if there's a scripture somewhere that says, "Thou shalt not criticize your government." There isn't a scripture that says, "Thou shalt not remove a government." There is no scripture like that. So if a government is corrupt, it is within our powers, in the laws that we have made ourselves, to remove these things. So until we start doing and having the nations that we desire, nobody's going to hand them to us. So I don't dissuade anyone from praying or anyone from practicing Christianity. I'm just saying, do not allow it to blind you. Do not be blinded by it, because the politicians of this world have realized that there's something that can be done with Christianity and religion. We can control people better with that. But be independent. Do not become too close-minded that you don't realize when things are happening. We should be able to speak.
Yeah.
You know, like what you do, Lily. When things are happy, you are happy. You know, you come there on your live programs and you are happy. When it's sad times, you are sad. You know, you cry. When it's anger time to express anger, you express it. And I'm sure I watched a few of your videos just in the past couple of days. There are few people in Zambia that have seen that, that woman can shout when she wants to.
I was like, today I was very, very angry about what's going on in Zambia. So we've spoken about, us being proud. Are we proud of who we are? Us adoring our foreign investors. What would you be like, your conclusion with the whole subject? And what would you like to encourage our Zambian people who are scared to speak out because of threats from people like Bowman and Lusambo?
What I'd like to say, firstly, anytime somebody is threatening you, it means they feel threatened by you. There's no one that will just come and threaten you for no reason. It means you have encroached. You are moving towards something that they hold dear, something that they're trying to protect. There's no reason a dog will bark if you're walking to the yard or the compound. If you start walking towards the compound, you're getting closer to his territory, it will start barking. But if you're walking away and you're not anywhere near, it will not bark at you. So those that are threatening you because you are coming closer to a truth that they don't want you to see. Now the job is, once these dogs start barking, we need to find out, why are they barking? What is it that they are trying to hide? Is there a bone that they've dug in the ground somewhere that they're trying to protect? If that bone, does it belong to the dog, or is it our bone? If it's ours, we are coming in barking, we're coming to dig it out. So that's the sort of thinking that I'll have on that. The second thing is, we need to start embracing and actually believing that we are human beings first, and then we are then assigned the color black. But before anything else, I am human, and if you are human, I'm human, equal. So I want that should start, because we need to cut this cycle, because our mothers and our fathers may have perpetuated the whole stereotype and fed into it. But we are the generation that should now say, look, no, we are equally the same. We may even be better in other aspects. So let's find to start teaching our people. I mean, today, you're in Zambia, you're in Zimbabwe. Take a white man with you to the village today. See how people react. They don't just react as if they've seen another person. They see some completely different thing. So they come and they I have been to places where I've taken some friends to some rural parts in Zimbabwe, and I realized that even the people that I had gone there, I'm no longer in the picture. It's as if I'm not there. They're focusing more on this white guy and this one, and they're trying to figure out more on how they be helped. And I'm thinking, you know, it shouldn't be like that. Let's just look at everyone without the racial color, just like you would do with kids. Watch kids that are in nursery school. They believe they're all equal. They don't actually think that, oh yeah, you know, picked on because of my skin. They don't even know that.
No, they have no idea.
Look at themselves as kids.
The same,
So that sort of thing. So you were born with inferiority complex. The inferiority complex into you, and then it's like a seed that's planted in you, and it starts growing, and it starts taking over everything about you. You start looking at your nose and thinking it's wide. You start looking at your lips and you think they are too thick. You start looking at your hair and think it's too inky because you're comparing it. You're comparing yourself to someone else. Isn't it amazing that right now the sun just comes out, all the white people are sunbathing because they just want to get a
bit of sun. Yeah,
a bit of a tan. They just want to get a shade darker. And our sisters and brothers even are trying to polish up their skin and bleach it so that they become a shade lighter. I don't know what book these people are reading that tells them that the lighter you are, the more beautiful. I don't think so. I think the book that I read, the line there was, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
You know what? I just wanted you to conclude with the president of Zimbabwe. And the reason why is that Zambians don't know that they have raised leaders through the education system that we have, or just Zambia in itself. So please tell them a little bit who the Zimbabwean president is, where he grew up, just that brief history for the Zambians and other people to understand that, look, you can be where you are as long as you believe in yourself.
Yeah, like I said, when I started, you know, at some point when we're starting, Zimbabwe, what we know today as Zimbabwe, was Southern Rhodesia. And what we know today as Zambia was Northern Rhodesia. Zambia then attained her independence in 1964, right?
Yes.
64. When was your independence? 64.
1964.
Right? And Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe then got her independence in 1980, so years later. So Zambia became a base for those that were fighting for the liberation of Zimbabwe. But way before that, our sitting president today in Zimbabwe, Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, he left, his parents left Southern Rhodesia to Northern Rhodesia back in the 50s. When they got to Southern Rhodesia, which is Zambia today, he was probably 11 years old, 12 years old, around about that age. And so he did his education, part of his primary education in Zambia. He then went to Kafue, a college in Kafue, and from Kafue College, where he did, I think, a building course there. And then he went to a college. I don't know whether this college is still there or it's there anymore. It was called the Hodgson Institute. It was a college, Hodgson Institute, back in the day. So that's where he went. He got his education there, and then from there he then joined. He actually was a student leader, very active in politics as a student leader in Zambia. Some of the records that are there say that he studied law. Later on, studied law, and as a lawyer in Zambia for about 2 years. So Zambia is very much a place where most of our leaders lived and got educated and trained. And so is Mozambique. Mozambique was more for war, but that's where our president. So our president has a very good connection in Zambia. So he has family in Zambia.
Oh wow!
To this day. So that's why we say we are one. We're the same people.
Obviously, people shouldn't look down on themselves. if Zambia
Very
can
true.
raise a leader like the president of Zimbabwe, it means we are leaders as well.
Yeah, yeah. We
Yeah.
thank Zambia. We know I've lived and worked in Zambia, so I've always considered Zambia home. So it's Zimbabwe and South
Yes.
Africa and any African country. For me, I just have a location that I need to land in when I go to Africa because, we've restricted ourselves. There shouldn't be any reason why a Zimbabwean cannot just go into Zambia, passport or no passport. Because remember, at one point we were one country.
We're one country.
Now, why do I need because we do have, where Zimbabwe borders Zambia, we have the Zambezi. And in that region, we have what we, on the Zimbabwean side, are calling the Tonga people from Binga and those areas. It was interesting for me to learn that even on the other side of the river, it's still the same people, same culture, same tradition, same language.
Same food.
Yeah, same food.
Just the music is different. So thank you so much, Brilliant Pongo. You are welcome to, come on my live stream. If you like, just say, Lily, I want to talk about something. I'll just give you the floor, remove myself, and you just talk, no problem. You're welcome anytime on my YouTube channel.
It's always a pleasure, Lily. I really enjoyed having a chat with you. It's like always, it's just that we're doing it live now. But to those that don't know, whenever we meet and whenever we talk, this is exactly how we
talk. We talk
so
for
it's just
hours.
Hours and hours. It's just televised now. It's put there.
Yeah, Pongo, you just even when somebody calls me, he'll put me on hold, and then when somebody calls me, he'll be on hold, and then when I call him and somebody has called him, he'll put me on hold, and then we'll just be like on and on and on. Even when Mrs. Pongo was alive, that's how it was. Like we would talk for long,
Yeah. So we're kind of the same mind. So it's very interesting because I'm a free thinker. I speak and I say what I feel and want to say at that time. Like I said, I come with a disclaimer. If I offend people, you know what? It happens. Sometimes I apologize, sometimes I don't, because I actually think there's no reason for you. Because
apologize.
If someone is offended by what I say, it means they have taken offense. But since it's for the taking, so if you don't take offense, you're not offended. But if you are one of those that just likes to take offense, like, I said this, I'm offended. Well, there's nothing I can do. All I can say is just don't take everything. Sometimes when you see offense, don't. I leave it there. I might say something else. I'll leave it there. Thank you very much.
I will definitely host you again, because obviously we are still in quarantine. We're having a lot of things that we need to discuss, and I'm sure my audience have enjoyed having you. And when the other audience can watch as well.
Before you go,
yeah.
There's a book that I'm going to advertise on your platform.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say, actually.
What?
Where people can find you? Where can people find you? Are you planning to start a YouTube channel? What is your plan?
You can imagine me hosting a YouTube channel. I'll be like the male version of you. It's dangerous.
It'll be fire.
It's dangerous. So,
okay.
One of the favorite books that I have, mine, I've seen people like Lilia musicians. If you ask me right now, with all the songs that you've sung, what's your favorite song? They always say, all the songs are like my babies. I can't choose one. I can. I've got a couple of books that I've written, but this one will be my favorite book.
Oh, Power to Succeed.
Power to Succeed. It says 6 fundamental steps to success. So it's how you define success. So success
is it on Amazon? Is it on Amazon?
On Amazon. All my books are on Amazon.
Let me get the link.
Yeah, my author, Brill Pongo. I don't use my full name on the title, so it's just Brill Pongo.
Amazon.
If you search Brill Pongo, your books.
Okay.
And my latest project is this one. This is my latest book. I am anchored in Christ. Bring on Euryclidon. So
Wow.
for some reason, this book during this lockdown has been selling very well because
Really?
basically
Is that the book?
what you because we're in a period of in a stormy sort of season right now, and a lot of people's faith has been shaken. But one thing that I did in this book is I tried to research to find out why we use the cross as a symbol. And that before that cross, what was the symbol? What was the Christian symbol before the cross? What I found was that the anchor was what they used. Even scriptures will tell you that anchor yourself on this anchor. So what does it really mean and all that? So another good book, but those are the only two books that I'll talk about today.
Okay.
And then with time, next time, go into other things that I'm working on and other things that I am writing. And I also edit because I'm a journalist as well.
Yeah.
That's what I got to tell the people. So I edit a site and run a site that's called reportfocusnews.com. So Report Focus News, that's why I get to know about what is happening around the world, because I work with a lot of journalists that send us information. So right now, I think one of the things that we'll be closely looking at is what's going to be happening in Zambia with regards to the Chinese involved, what's happening in Zambia with regards the elections that are coming. Because these elections that are coming are going to be...
They're going to be hot. You have to have a YouTube channel. You need to have a YouTube channel.
Right now, we have Lily there. Bringing fire. She brings fire from them corruption.
You need to be a YouTuber.
Corrupt people in Zambia. So,
I'm telling you.
I don't know. So all those corrupt people, be warned, because you know this election coming, you will be exposed.
Definitely.
So we'll keep going. We'll keep going. Yeah, maybe. We'll talk about the YouTube channel later.
Yes, we need to talk about the YouTube channel, and then we need to host you now where you talk about the books, maybe one particular book, you break it down, what inspired you, because people are loving you. They're asking, you need to have a YouTube channel, Pongo. You can.
Yeah, I'm also working. I like helping people. I'm also working on building a site right now.
Yeah.
I help people edit, because I'm also an editor. I proofread and edit stuff. So there are people that might want to find out, okay, so I've got all these ideas. I need to write a book. How do I go about it? So yeah, I can help with that. I can give you the step-by-step guidance on how to write the book, because we all have different ways of putting our
And what's your email? Do you want us to share your email as well? What's your email?
Yeah, my email is b.
So in case people want to get what?
bbpongo@yahoo.ca.
Okay, bbpongo at yahoo.ca. All right. So I'll make sure I share more. So thank you so much, Brother Pongo. Definitely, we are working together on more stuff. Thank you so much. See you on the other side of the world.
Much love.
Okay, bye.
Much love. I appreciate you.
Okay. Hi, guys. You have heard the brilliant Pongo. These are my circles. These are my circles. These are people that inspire me. On Friday, we are having a Nigerian billionaire. Just be ready on this platform. I'm bringing you people that will inspire you. These are also your connections. Make them as your connections. And so we are, sharing the email addresses. Talk to him. Pongo is also on Facebook. If you check on my Facebook page, normal page, you'll see that he tagged me on a post saying that we're going to go live. He was mistaken for tomorrow, but he's the one. His name is Brilliant Pongo on Facebook. He's accessible. Speak to him. Speak to other people. This is what we want. If we're talking about change, we bring people that can change your mindset as well about the importance of thinking that it is possible. We started a movement on my Facebook page. We started with YouTube, Pretty M Kombe, Natasha, Michael, you've been watching us, you've seen Daryl Bunch, you've seen how we've been working, Malaika, you've seen how we've been working on YouTube, and now suddenly the movement has gone fire. On Facebook right now, my video is over 40,000 views now. I did a live stream talking about the issues that are taking place. Nobody should silence you. Speak out just because somebody is a certain kind of race. It shouldn't stop you from speaking out, and that is why we're using YouTube as a platform to speak out. And now look, we are going viral, especially before the elections. If you're a Zambian and you are thinking of how you can become a YouTuber, contact Pretty M Kombe, Barrel Branch. These are your connections. This is a platform that is helping us to connect with one another. And guess what? We are going to push the message forth. I will make sure. I was telling people on the other live stream, the one on Facebook and here, I was like, look, if you are going to vote next year, I will buy you lunch. We will mobilize funds on this YouTube. People who can travel from the diaspora will put money together to buy you bottled water. When you finish voting, you find your lunch is waiting for you. That's what we want to do. People who are in Canada, like Natasha, Beryl Branch, who are in America. Ihi Radio says, I like your platform and those important topics you discuss here. The love you have for your country, Zambia, is incredible. Thanks. Yeah, so we're using this platform, and believe me, it's going to be a hot debate. So this weekend I have the important figure I told you about Friday. Then tomorrow I was supposed to have a young lady, the one who bakes. We're having her tomorrow, a 30 minutes live, just talking about what she does. I'm hoping maybe I can even have one tonight to catch the American audience who will be sleeping. We're doing the live stream, but we'll see how we can do it. And then I'm going to have one of the politicians on my YouTube channel on Saturday or Sunday so that they can break things down. We are not stopping. We are unstoppable. Thank you so much. It's a girl, lilymutamztv, also known as Gelawapa Z, Omwanakashi Wapa Zambia. And as I end the stream, I do my singing whilst I wait for it to end completely. Nangu banchinge, ukufilwa nakana,